Hello everybody, my name is Roman and you're watching Detail Garage 54, coming at you with a new episode of our laundered cycle. We recently did an episode with a tractor, which was a pretty cool one. This has been an active start for the new year, with us taking on some big projects. And in today's video, we'll be featuring something just as epic. The car's owner's name is Dmitry, and as for the car itself, it's a serious piece of kit, which he has stored in a garage somewhere. He literally takes it out like once a year, and he doesn't even leave the territory of his garage complex. He sent us a video, and immediately we were like, oh yeah, we definitely want this car for our project. So we'll hop into our own vehicle and go straight to him. It's not too far away, so Dima, we'll be seeing you very soon. And here's where we're going to. He's already waiting for us. Let's go have a look. The Chaika. This new automobile was designed by the Gorky factory. The Gorky car manufacturer has prepared the Chaika auto car to commemorate the 21st Congress of the Communist Party. The main thing I'd like to tell you, after all, you are smart people. You'd better understand who you're dealing with. Let's say hi to everyone again. It's Dmitry, correct? The happy owner of this car. How long has it been parked here? It's been sitting for a while. It's all dusty. We've fixed the motor, and we're keen to go for a drive to the car wash. Well, not exactly. To our facility, rather. Let's have a look inside, shall we? It is ginormous, covered in dust. That's actually a very good thing. That is what we tend to look for. Will it even fit inside our shed? I suggest we start the car and head out. It started with zero hesitation. Judging by how the engine sounds, I'd say this car was pretty well kept and restored. It was eager to start, and it isn't even making any weird noises. But driving it back to base is going to be an adventure. The car is running on some bald-ass summer tires. The owner is going to do the driving. I immediately said that there's no way I'm getting behind the wheel of this one. Just one hubcap goes for $250 nowadays. I think I should get in the back and put on some Instagram filter to make me look like Stalin. Okay guys, we've warmed up the Chaika and brought it outside. And we're about to set off on those summer tires, hoping... well, the weather is pretty nice, and hopefully we make it without any trouble. Let's go. I don't really think that helped. This is one heavy car. Alright guys, so we've made it back to base, to our garage. Dmitry took us for a ride in his Chaika, and it was sublime. I mean, for real, this is the sort of car made for a president, or for any other sort of power figure. I suggest we take a closer look at what we'll be working with. This is an old car, after all. Like, it's ancient. It's really old and in original condition, meaning we'll need to be more careful with it, I guess. Alright, let's take a closer look and bring it inside. Let's get to it. Before we drive into our dry facility and begin work on the car's interior, we need to remove all of the surface dirt, the dust that is accumulated. We begin by applying a first phase compound, which we let sit for 4 minutes, and then clean off with a pressure washer. Let's not forget that we're dealing with an old vehicle with some clear and apparent body damage. The goal is to avoid hitting that head-on with pressurized water. The car is ready for us to continue, so it's time to take this to the dry section. The Chaika is almost 6 meters long, so it barely fits in our workspace. We begin by collecting the trash and the owner's personal belongings, putting each into a separate bag, so that we can return his things later. Now let's remove these old-timey antique carpets, which are tailored specifically to this cabin. We also need to empty the trunk. We won't be overcomplicating the carpet cleaning process. We apply some shampoo, whip out the rotary brush, and begin scrubbing each section of carpet individually. Then we rinse and leave them to dry. Back into the cabin where it's time to vacuum. A brushed attachment will come in handy together with a paintbrush for collecting all the dust and dirt. Up front, we need to be very careful with the floor, as not to permanently ruin it. Things are looking pretty bad. Okay, we're done vacuuming, and it's time to clean the headliner. We'll be using a fabric cleaner and a brush. We apply the solution, wait for 5 to 7 minutes, and begin to scrub. It's hard to convey the before-after with this headliner, but you can clearly see how much filth and dust the extractor is removing from there. And with that, I've begun to clean the dashboard, with its greasy switchgear and absolutely filthy chrome trim. Everything is in awful shape. We'll need a synthetic wool brush, a soft brush, and an interior cleaning compound, which we'll apply through a foaming agent, carefully cleaning every switch. Then we take a water-filled tornator and do the tight spots, which we'll then wipe dry. The results are brilliant. The chrome trim is nice and shiny. The door cards consist of 2 types of material, so we'll be using separate cleaners for fabric and for leather, plus 2 different brushes, and a paintbrush for the tighter spots. After a bit of scrubbing, we spray some water from the tornator to wash it all off. We'll use a wet cleaning vacuum to extract the cleaner from the cloth segments. Now let's wash the benches and the smaller passenger seats. We'll be using a fabric cleaner and a leather cleaning agent. We'll apply the fabric cleaner using a spray bottle, then we wait for 5 to 7 minutes, and put the rotary brush to use. It's important for the brush itself to be very soft, as not to damage this particular upholstery. Then we rinse and extract the cleaning agent. We'll use a soft brush to manually clean the upper leather sections of the bench. Time to move downstairs and finish cleaning the floor and rocker area. There's really nothing we can do with the front section, so some vacuuming will have to suffice. The rocker panels we'll clean with a universal interior cleaner applied to a moderately hard brush. The seams we'll clean out using a paintbrush, and we'll wipe everything down with some microfiber. The floor in the rear and the trunk is covered in rubber. We'll use the previous universal compound to clean it. We apply it using a spray bottle and begin to scrub with a brush. We're done with the cabin, so it's time to thoroughly clean the bodywork, but we'll start with the engine bay. We apply an engine cleaning compound and wait for 15 to 20 minutes. After letting the compound do its thing, we work the bay with a coarse paintbrush, removing carbon deposits and sticky dirt. Now we rinse with a pressure washer. People in the comments often complain about washing the bay in this manner, but I assure you, when you do everything right and keep the nozzle at a safe distance, this isn't going to damage any car. A testament to the fact being that after every such wash, we drive the cars, and often deliver them to wherever is more convenient for the owner. After doing the bay, it's time to clean the body. We apply some water, and then remove any metal particulates. Wait for 3 to 4 minutes to see the telltale hue on certain panels. This tells us that the compound is doing its thing. We'll wash it off with some first phase cleaner. Now what? Time to use a shampoo for manual cleaning. Cover the entire car. Personally, I use a compound called Second Phase by Detail, which has a high tensite content. It helps to delicately remove any static dirt and does no harm to the paint. We use a brush to clean the outer rims of the tires, use a macroporous sponge for the hubcaps, then we rinse with water. After doing all 4 corners, it's time to wash the body. We cover the entire shell with shampoo, then we use a sponge to work our way from the roof down. After doing each quarter of the body, we rinse the sponge in some clean water. Any sort of seams, seals, badges, tight spots we clean with a paintbrush. The final stage of cleaning the bodywork involves applying a protective coat, which in our case is some liquid super wax, made by Detail. This compound doesn't require much special prep, and can be used on the regular. It makes the body nice and shiny and water repellent. Regular use of this compound helps protect the paint, keeping it from fading and cracking. Plus, it's easy to use. You mix it as specified by the manufacturer, then cover the entire shell, wait for 2 to 3 minutes, and remove with a pressure washer. To get this car looking as sharp as possible, we need to treat the chrome with a special cotton pad. We'll remove the rusty spots that have appeared over time. Time to wipe the body dry with some microfiber, paying special attention to the pillars. We'll also need to blow out any moisture from the gaps with compressed air. We'd better clean the greenhouse before returning the car. For that, we've got a clean glass agent by Detail, which should make easy work of this job. 2 to 3 sprays onto a clean microfiber towel, and we begin removing any dirt from either side of each window, while lowering each one to clean the edges. Now let's blacken out these fat sidewall tires. Our work here is done. We can return the car to its owner. Alright guys, we've finished cleaning the Chaika, and we've achieved some pretty good results in my opinion. Considering how old it is, we've done everything we could. We've made the interior a nice place, the trunk is in decent condition, so is the engine bay, we've applied some liquid wax. Granted, for this car to be mint, a lot of extra work has to go into it, to get it really nice and shiny, and overall restore it to its former glory. Make this car into something that's truly fit for chauffeuring high-ranking officials. Dmitry has come out to meet with us and take delivery of his car. I suggest we look and see how he reacts, and just have a chat with the guy. Hello, Dima. Hello? Okay, so you've already had a peek inside, but let's go have another look at what we've done here. We've obviously thrown out all the trash. Your personal belongings we put into a separate bag, which is in the car. What do you think? Have we done a decent job here? Are these some worthy results or what? You've done an awesome job. The car is nice and clean. It's a start, and I'm gonna keep the ball rolling. Gonna buy some bumpers and hubcaps. So you intend to restore the car to pristine condition then? Of course, and I'll be driving it. Right. I take it the engine and the gearbox in this thing are in top shape as they are, so nothing really wrong with them. It does misfire here and there, but we'll get that sorted. What matters is that a clean car is a pleasure to work with. You know, I actually really enjoyed working on your car. It's a pretty rare thing indeed. The only problem we did encounter was that... well, we decided that it'd be best if we don't take the interior apart. The reason being that the car is pretty old, and it's hard to tell how the bolts might surprise us. Anyway, Dima, the car is yours. It's nice and clean. Good luck with the restoration. Thanks a lot, guys. We're out of here. You drive safely, and make sure to reach your destination, please. You've been watching Detail Garage 54. My name is Roman. Peace out.